Dear students, I welcome you all for the online learning platform for the course Warehousing Automation. So now we are in the process of learning the course through video lectures, and already by this process we have finished 4 units, and this is the last unit, and within which this is going to be the last presentation for the last chapter by the term blockchain technologies. So with this particular presentation, we are going to complete the entire unit as well as the syllabus for warehousing automation is over with this online presentation. Okay, so now we'll go for the presentation. So today the title is going to be blockchain based inventory management. So before we get into this topic, so the term blockchain itself is a quite newer topic. So we'll discuss what is a term blockchain, then how this blockchain based inventory management works. So we'll see both this in a very distinctive case. That means first initially we'll take the blockchain part, we'll learn it, then we'll migrate to the next inventory management part. Now blockchain is one of the latest disruptive technology, so which is a secured and decentralized digital ledger of transactions that is shared across a network of computers, making data immutable and transparent. So here the term immutable means you can't change it. Okay, so immutable means you will not be in a position to change the logs. Those things cannot be changed. So a blockchain is a secure decentralized digital ledger of transactions. So it is the one which is going to directly do the task of business function with some engineering function. Payment is going to be involved, as well as the process is also going to be involved. So both these things are going to be there, and it is going to be used by means of application of computers. And here the main important thing is you will not be able to change anything. The data, whatever the data is there, you will not be at any cost, you will not be able to do any sort of modifications in this regard. So once the event is occurred, yes, that is occurred. The time log, the data, everything is transparent, and you can't do any sorts of modification. So information is stored in chronological link blocks, each protected by cryptographic hashes, making it virtually impossible to tamper with. Instead of central authority, a consensus mechanism among the network participants verifies transaction and adds new blocks to the chain, ensuring trust and security without intermediaries. See, when we do transaction, obviously firewall and everything is going to come into picture. But when you go for blockchain, what happens is the first task what we do is going to be considered as a block. Okay, say there is one sort of customer who wishes to pay for that, and there is one receiver who owns that particular bank account. Only two people are involved, and the third party here is going to be bank. Now it is promptly protected that it is going to have all sorts of cryptographic technologies being involved into it. So therefore hacking or anything is practically impossible. You can't do anything. So the money what is put into it or the process what you do is going to be completely fail safe. So therefore what happens is, if somebody wants to know what exactly this, so what exactly is occurring here means another block will be added to this chain. So likewise you wanted to know what is the status, so that becomes a block, and both this are going to be chained together. So it is going to act as a link between whenever the blocks comes into picture. So that's how it gets the term block versus chain. So now what is the main thing is we need not to worry about any sort of securities. So intermediately you need not to worry of any sort of securities. So this is the basic understanding. So with this understanding we'll go for a simple diagram. So now see, first I wanted to do some sort of online e-commerce activity. So we have got a system. Now the moment you log in, it is going to be created as a block. So now a block is going to be created. Now whoever is associated in this regard, so they will be sent to with respect to it. So there will be a warehouse guy will be there, there will be the actual supplier will be there, there will be taxonomy will be there, then there will be logistics guy will be there. So like this, all these people will be intimated regarding the block. Then rate will be the moment once the payment is done, what happens is relevant amount is displayed then and there to all these guys. So therefore everybody is informed of the activity what is happening right from the user till the end customers. Okay, so everybody is going to be informed about the whereabouts of the entire process, and that is how blockchain works. And the security here is in a cryptographic manner, so hacking or any such thing is highly impossible. Now, how this blockchain is employed into an inventory? So that is our core thrust of interest. So blockchain inventory management is a system that uses blockchain technology to monitor and manage inventories. It tracks every product's route from manufacturer to the consumer's hand. Similarly, this solution uses the underlying technology to improve inventory management, transparency, security, and immutability. Now, in a warehouse, what we do is we bring some 5 products into it, we create it as a block and we put it into the rack. Now, we have got an automated data capturing system. From the block of 5, one product is taken out. Now, the product which is taken out is considered to be on block, and immediately it is getting updated. The quantity is getting updated. 5 minus 1, 4. So the existing block is going to have 4 products, and the one product which came out is going to be considered as a block. And now it is going to get into series of steps, and these series of steps activities will be nodes of these blocks, and everything is going to be monitored. So now inventory monitoring comes, then in the due course of the process everyone is added as a node, and therefore the continuous monitoring is there. So transparency is there, security is there, and immutability. You will not be able to modify, do any sort of modifications or any sort of manipulations into the blocks in the near future. It provides higher level of accuracy and security than conventional solutions. See, conventional solutions may be manually or any some systems is going to take care of. So who does when the activity started? Likewise, data pertaining to the movement is going to be on a very superficial case, but now blockchain, it is going to be very simple. It not only simplifies the process but also reduces the risk of mistakes and fraud, therefore improving the efficiency of the supply chain. So the supply chain efficiency is going to be increased. The procedure starts with the development of one digital block per product. Each block provides critical information on the item's origin, manufacture date, and key touch points throughout the supply chain. These individual blocks are connected to build an immutable ledger that monitors and validates the whole product life cycle from manufacture to distribution. Now one product comes means that is going to be considered as a block, and associated all the items data pertaining to it will be kept to it, and this block is going to be a part of the digital ledger, and this digital ledger is going to carry out all sorts of information of the movement of the part, handling of the part, that is the block, right from the inception in manufacturing till distribution. So all the data are going to be made available here. Unlike conventional approaches, this system lacks a central authority. So regular things, we don't have any sort of central authority like a digital ledger, but here it is not so. So everything is decentralized. So each and everyone who works into the block, the data pertaining to them is going to be ready-madely available. All stockholders update the digital ledger in real time with information such as shipment status, quality checks, and storage conditions. These metrics provides the reliable and the fast information on the product's location and condition. It may also discover and handle issues that origin from a specific source. See, since the problem with any sort of warehousing activities, dynamic update of data, real-time update of data. So that's going to be one of the drawback, but this system is highly capable as it works by means of block. It is going to get all these data automatically updated at all walks of the processes. So that's the advantage. Now, the user interface design is going to change from person to person. Why? Because all the people of the blocks or in the process need not to carry the data related to all. So you can restrict the level of access. For example, a packing guy need not to know who was the one to order the part. So his duty is to pack. So you can restrict the level of access, data access. So such thing is possible. How? By means of UI and UX device, graphical user interface device. So by means of that you can restrict. So only for the people, those who wanted to know the customer details, only for them can be made as transparent. Others, it need not to be made transparent. For example, some bank account details. So whom it is associated to? Only the finance people. Why finance people? If the product is returned back, only they are the one who is supposed to reimburse the amount. So for them, only for them these details, or if it is known, it is sufficient. Why the other people, those who are involved into the process, why should they know all these details? So it is highly inappropriate for them. So such restrictions can be brought at all walks of activity. So this is how it works. So when a person starts to work, so blocks are going to be made immediately, and everything is going to be maintained as a digital ledger. It is going to be maintained as a digital ledger. So who was the one to order, at what time he ordered, what was the mode of payment, and what was the mode of delivery, any packing instruction likewise. So when all these details comes into the block, now that goes to the manager. He approves whether the payment or everything is done or not. So that approval process is going to be taken care of. So once he ensures, he cross checks whether everything is there, any sort of reconciliation is there, he is going to check. If nothing is going to be, then an order number is going to be assigned, and it is going to be, these instructions are going to be sent to the appropriate, maybe the customer's name and bank details might be freezed, so other people need not to know all these activities. Now now the order came to the warehouse. Now warehouse people are supposed to go and identify where it is, how it is. So all the time, all the log pertaining to this process is going to be registered nicely, and the digital ledger is going to get updated. Now say after some 3 days or 4 days, now customer wants to know what happened to his order. He wanted to know what is the real status. So the moment he logs into the track order option, he will be able to know where exactly that product is. So or in detail, when the item came, all such things, probably in an e-commerce example you would have experienced. So that is how blockchain is going to revolutionize, and it has revolutionized significantly, and still it is not to an appreciable level it has been implemented, but it has a very good scope for implementation. Now the benefits: increased transparency and trust, immutable records, you can't change it. So remove ambiguity, there is going to be no confusion, enhance compliance, and make cross company collaboration easier and more reliable. Improved accuracy and reduced fraud. So automated login and validation reduce manual entry mistakes and mitigates the risks of tampering. So nobody is going to involve into the process, and nobody has the right to do all sorts of manipulation. Operational efficiency, yes, everything is automatic. Digital ledger is getting automated, so reconciliation becomes very easy, and there is no a chance for the case of disruption. So that's the advantage. Cost reduction. Why? Because paperless activity, everything is updated in the digital ledger by means of block, so there is no paper involved into it, and that's an advantage. Enhanced compliance and recall management. Blockchain enables rapid identification and isolation of affected inventory in the event of safety and quality recalls. That is, you have sent a product, it got damaged and it came back. Now what should we do? It is very easy, because we have got all the blocks, all the data with respect to the block. Now you recall everything. So go back to its original position, identifying what was the amount paid, everything, what are the data associated with respect to the product is made available in the form of blockchain. So therefore you can recall everything. Just you are going to reconcile everything, and you are going to accept the product back, and you are going to reverse the payment. So everything can be made automated. Why? Because everything is in the form of block. Just reverse the block, that's it. So with this understanding, we come to the end of the presentation. So to summarize, in the advanced trend today, this discussion took us to the blockchain activity, how the blockchain enhances the functionality of supply chain we discussed, and as well as the important aspect of reconciliation, that is recalling is going to be very easy, and how data logging happens automatically. So everything we discussed in this regard. And finally, to close down with this, blockchain, as right now it has made just an entry, still appreciable level it is supposed to be implemented. So the scope of carrier as well as for the research, everything it is open for. So with this note, I would just like to close down. So this is our final video lecture. With this video lecture, we are completing all the 5 units, and not only the 5th unit, all the 5 units are getting over. So the notes, relevant presentations, everything is uploaded in the Google Classroom. I hope all these things will be satisfying your study need material. So with this end note, I wish to close down the class. So any doubts for the upcoming offline discussions or during online discussions, we can have the same. So with this end note, I wish to close down the course warehousing automation through video lecture. Thank you students. Thank you for your active participation for all the video lectures. So with this, we come to the end of the course. Thank you one and all. Thank you. Happy learning.